engine.
Report system.
Welcome everyone to showcase for iteration 34. The iteration went pretty well. It was a very smooth progress curve. So we start with the highlights of this iteration. So in the VRMI, we implemented EPI inventory form sync. So this feature was about syncing the EPI inventory form and fully vaccinated form tab. So this feature was about separating out the full coverage form into a separate tab, and the child coverage one, which was to display the child coverage form, and listing out the proof of delivery for released orders, then pagination on proof of delivery for product listing page. And the key highlight was we upgraded the AngularJS version to the latest stable version, and OpenLMIS participated in Code Montage Coders Day, which was an event held at New York, where about 200 to 300 contributors participated to contribute to open source projects, in which OpenLMIS was also listed. So in this iteration, we managed to cover 9 points. So we go through the features one by one.
Hi, good evening everyone. This is Pranjali taking over from here. So the first feature we are showcasing today is child coverage 1. In this, coverage form is designed so that user can enter the coverage data for child vaccinations per facility. To view this, let's move on to the UAT environment and log in with the user, the field coordinator, who has managed distribution rights. And let's wait for the page to load. Let's click on the Manage Distribution tab to navigate to the Manage Distribution page. We select the delivery zone, say delivery zone first. Select a program, say vaccine, for a period, say June 2013. And click on Initiate Distribution. Here the distribution for period June 2013 is cached. And we click on Record button. Let's select a facility, say F10. And we can see the child coverage as a separate menu in the sidebar. When we click on child coverage, we are navigated to the child coverage form. As for the requirements, the coverage form is hard-coded with the number of rows, that is regimens, and the number of columns, that is categories. Products under OpenWild column is also hard-coded. This story deals with generating forms with rows and columns and populating the target group value. The target group value is displayed under the column target group. This is calculated as per the formula decided, that is the catchment population per facility into the ISA configured for the product, the WHO ratio. For the products for which this WHO ratio is defined, we can see the target population displayed in front of the corresponding regimens. And for the tabs where the value is not displayed, Here, either one of the target population or the ISO product formula is not configured. The regimens displayed at the left corner all are mapped to the products in order to get the target population, which is used in the calculation of target group. Here we can go into the database and see the mapping of product to the regimens. Let's fire a query for this. So let's start from coverage, vaccination products. Here we can see the mapping of every regimen to the product so that we can get the target population, which is used again further to calculate the target group value. Moving back to the child coverage page again, the validations of the fields, the NR value and the individual form status of child coverage, the calculation of total coverage data, wastage rate, all will be handled in the future series. Moving further to the next feature is the fully vaccinated form tab. Here at the left corner sidebar, you can see full coverage as a separate menu in the sidebar, and we click on full coverage and navigate it to the full coverage page where we can fill some of the values and fill some of the values as well. After filling the values, the form status icon of full coverage is turned as green, and this form status icon is considered while managing the facility status icon, as the facility status icon turns amber after filling all those values. Moving further, the next feature is API inventory sync. So let's click on the API inventory tab and navigate to the API inventory page. Let's fill the values as NR and fill in the delivered quantity so that the form turns green. Right now you can see the form status icon is amber as we are filling in the values. After completing the filling of values, the form status icon is turned as green. Let's fill the other tabs as well so that the facility is ready for sending. For time being, let's delete the refrigerators as it is not needed right now. And mark all API users NR. Right now, child coverage status icon is not considered while managing the facility status icon. As you can see, as we fill in the observation space, the facility status icon turns green. That means the facility is now ready to sync. We again navigate back to manage distribution page and we click on sync. It asks us whether you want to sync and we say okay. We get a message that the facility is synced and the icon, which was initially green, turns to blue now. Now we can go back to the database to check if the values are being saved in the API inventory line items table. Let's fire a query. Let's start from API inventory line items. And you can see all those values. As the values were selected as not required, the null is saved in the database, and the values which we have entered is saved as 1 for facility 10 here. So this was API inventory sync. After syncing the API inventory, after syncing the facility F10, moving back to the same facility, and we try to click record button and see the facility, it turns blue. And when we navigate back to the API inventory page, you can see all the form fields have disabled. So this was API inventory sync. Moving further to the POD, that is proof of delivery features. Let's log out from this user. Yes, and log in as CPU user. So the next feature is proof of delivery for released orders. This story deals with listing all the products in an order. So when the order is delivered at the facility, the user with the managed POD rights can update the POD against that particular order. So moving to the orders tab and select manage POD. Let's wait for the page to load. Here you can see already we have a two list of POD on the page. And we click on one particular, say order number 2, to update POD. Here user can select to update POD for the order for which the shipment file has not been received. And as the shipment file is not received, you can see here as the quantity shipped is null for all those products of the program TB. Okay, let's start with the headers display. Here, as the requisition was of RNS type emergency flag has been highlighted over here. The order number 2 has been displayed with the facility and the supplying report names. Then the POD details has the detail as if it is a full supply product, then it has a tick icon in front of it, and if it is not, it doesn't, as shown in P32 product. The sorting of this page is done on the basis of display order for the product category, and within product category, the products are again sorted on basis of display order. Here you can see the packs to ship for every product. If the packs to ship is 0, then that product will be displayed for the updation of POD. For quantity received, we have worked upon validations that only maximum up to 8 characters are allowed to enter as in RNR form. Any negative characters when you try to enter, or any letters when you try to enter, you get an error message saying numbers only. You have a notes column here where the maximum character limit is 250 characters. So this is all about updation of POD. The POD for packed orders will be handled in the next iteration. So further, the next feature played is pagination on POD, product listing page. The number of rows allowed per page is right now 20, and it is configurable from the property file. Navigation between pages is same as RNR form, as you can see here below, the small tabs which you can use to click to navigate amongst different pages. So right now we have 3 pages, and the total products listed is 26. So this was the pagination feature, and this was pretty much from our side for this application. Thank you all. Any doubts, questions, please forward it to Ron.